Hello, everybody. We're going to wait just a few minutes and see if anyone else hops on today. I have something kind of cool to talk about and share. Hi, I see two people watching today. Say hello so I know who you are. Hello, Emma. How are you? Hello, Dave. How are you guys today? It is very hot and muggy where I'm at as well, but we are expecting a hurricane. Note inserted sarcasm. Escape. Oh, my husband's at work and my kiddo is still asleep. The one that's still at home. She's out of it for a while. Oh no, Dave. Been there, done that. I actually realized I bought a new phone last week and realized after I missed a class that I had set the alarm at no sound because I'm brilliant like that. And yeah, so I missed a class too. Been there. I was late for a class today because my phone messed up and wouldn't let me, or my tablet messed up. Oh no. So that was your first class. Emma, have you had your first class yet? Booked for tomorrow. Good deal. Are you ready? Hello, Monkey. After doing Hello, Monkey enough times, you will get to the point that you know it in, out, say it in your sleep, dream about the songs. Been there, done that. It's wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, you literally get used to it and you sing it all the time. My husband and my kids make fun of me for going, you get 5 stars. All the time. Oh yeah. I have a friend of mine and she has her daughter. They signed up for the app for her daughter. And I mean, they're in America and she doesn't do the classes, but she does do the reading app. So we have a few other people who have joined us. Who's here besides Emma and Dave? Hi, Miss Pat. Okay, so Emma, you can say that. And at the time I started teaching 4 years ago, I had a student or a child who was really growing out of toys, so I adopted most of hers, but I still buy props almost every time I go to town. I won't show you the rest of my office, but I have an organizer here full of props. I have bins under my desk full of props, and I have a shelf on this side also full of props and books. It is extremely addictive. Miss Pat can agree and attest to that. There are props everywhere. And then I have some new, this is from a company called Trend Enterprises. It says, "We make learning fun." And it talks about vowels and vowel teams. And I just got these in. They kind of reached out to me and asked if I'd be interested in looking at them, which is cool. I think that a lot of companies, well, a couple of companies are now looking at making more kind of stuff for online teachers, because even in America, online education is really booming. Look at the K-12 program, look at Connections Academy. All right, so get to know the vowels with these colorful cards. You'll build reading skills for test prep and learning success. On each card, you will find a vowel letter or vowel team. The photo or blend represents a word, a sentence, and examples. Oh, I like that. Ooh, okay. These are going to be cool for students who are just learning. Ooh, okay. These are going to be cool for students who are just learning. The sound, the letter and the sound in a sentence. So like I use note cards like this. What I really like is once the student has that vowel sound, you can then show them, okay, let's look at this word. What is that? That's a nice way. I really like these. Okay, so it has all of the different ones. So there you had apple, egg, hen. Props are addictive, and that's probably why my office needs to be the size of my house. So note cards like this are really cool. I think these are actually sold on Amazon, but things like this are nice to have when you have a student who just flies through material. The other thing that I use almost every single class, every single time I have a regular student is these. If you go back, I did a video about these. These are magnetic letters. New teachers, you may not have watched all of my prop videos, which is cool. These are all magnetic backed letters. And I live and breathe by my pizza pan. So I play a word game with my regular students and I have this prepped beforehand, like if they have any new vocabulary, I will prep my letters. Of course, I can't find what I'm looking for now. I will prep letters before we come in. So if this is a new word for them, we'll work on this. And then maybe we will add to it, Okay, so if this is when, what is this? What sound is this? Ink, wink. So magnetic letters, to me, this is my most used thing that I ever do, is this. This pizza pan, and I don't know what you have in the UK. I'm in America. This was a Walmart $1 pizza pan. And these letters, I got them off Amazon, and I think they were like $6. And they have them a lot because a lot of kids will use these a lot of people put them on the refrigerator for their learning students. And they make different kinds. I know there are some that are plastic. I think I even had some as a kid that were plastic. But these are like foam. But they work super, super well. If a student is struggling to sound out a word, let's see. Let me see if I can find all the letters to do a big word. If you have questions, feel free to type them in the chat box. As soon as I finish showing how I do this, I'll be more than happy to answer them. More than happy. Don't forget, I think in like an hour and a half, Reese has a new teacher training coming up. I do not remember the top. I know I have eyes. Oh, look. I am doing this in front of a student. I would never, ever want to be doing this. Rummaging around in front of a student. All right. So, animal, A-N-I-M-A-L. Okay, animal. Let's say that a student is struggling with this right here. Okay, they can't say the whole word. I like this because I can go and either cover up. What is this? Or I can slowly add letters as they say the sounds. And I can hold it off screen if I need to. So I can use that. Hi, Melissa. So I use these to help students sound out new letters, new words. If they have compound words, how do we put that together? I've also been using it to teach Magic E. Magic E is not something that I have taught very often in the lessons, but I think Magic E is amazing when it comes to changing sounds. So I teach Magic E in the time left over after class. My phone has been crazy with pop-up alerts today. I'm reluctant to accept any as I'm apprehensive about taking a class without time to preview the material. And that's understandable when it's your first few lessons. However, realize that once you get into the material and into the courseware, for the most part, it's the same. I mean, you don't have to do a ton of prep. If I'm doing a pop-up or short notice class that I haven't taught before, I won't do anything like this. I will use that to do the note cards or to strictly work and focus in the lesson and review more, or write on the screen. I know that some teachers like to do games at the end of lessons. I don't really like that for myself. And I try to look at it from the parent's perspective because, like, I have a daughter who takes bassoon lessons, okay? If I'm paying $50 for a 30-minute class, just because my student does great in class doesn't necessarily think that I think they should spend the last 20 minutes or 10 minutes playing a game. That's my perspective as a parent. Specifically as a parent who pushes their child. So I try to look at it from that viewpoint, and if I'm doing a game, it's going to be focused on words and letters. It's going to be focused on new words, pushing the student a little bit further. If they can say zoo, okay, what animals are in the zoo? What's your favorite animal? Can you act like this animal? I just find that pushing students, especially because so many parents they want their student to be pushed. So that's why I don't really do games. I do have one student who loves Hangman. But all right, if you've just joining us, if you have questions, concerns, or things that you would like to know, feel free to type it in the chat box and I will answer you. I know some of you guys are kind of coming in and out of classes right now. If you didn't see this, I shared these just a few minutes ago. These are awesome. Emma, all the materials are in the training section. It is a lot, though. And I think that you'll spend a whole lot of time and energy preparing if you try to tackle it all. For the most part, the first few weeks, you're going to be teaching Hello Monkey. You're going to be teaching the farm animals. You're going to be teaching, occasionally you'll do shark, camel, fox, which is level 1. So I would focus on those 3 and then just jump in. It's one of those things like, first of all, the curriculum really isn't super, super complicated. So as long as you are taking a few minutes and perusing, you know, the general gist of the lesson, you should be fine. If you have questions, concerns, or things you need to know. Okay, that is exactly what happens to most of us. I can remember that when I first started on this adventure, I would obsessively prepare. And I mean obsessively prepare for classes. I would spend 20 or 30 minutes preparing for classes. And the thing is, hi, Leanne, when I was obsessively preparing for these classes, I would spend as much time or more time doing that as I was in the actual class. And finally, someone was like, why are you doing that? You're wasting all of your time. This is not hard. But we get nervous. And I don't know about you, but I know that where I am, teachers tend to spend or have to spend a whole lot of time preparing lessons outside of the classroom. And that's kind of what's great about this. We don't have to do that. I keep my key props right here next to me, and you know, things that I can use with every student, such as the letters that I'm addicted to. Leanne, you will probably like these. I'm going to send you a link to them. There's a lot of reasons he could have only applied for free talk. He could have not completed his profile. He could be missing his nationality. Feel free. He can send me a message. My name on Palfish. See, this company sent them to me. They're called Trend Enterprises. We make learning fun. So you have the sound, a sentence, and then 6 words that they can practice on the back. How cool is that? And it even has blends, vowel blends. Then it has question, which sounds like flowers, town, cone, or snow? That's really cool. I'll post a link after this video, but I love things like this that I can use. Leanne and I are very different in that Leanne is a prop minimalist, which is awesome that you guys kind of get different viewpoints. I'm a prop addict. I think it's safe to say. But things like this, I don't really view them as props so much as teaching aids. And I will use them with every student. Every student. Leanne likes her whiteboard. I am horrible at a whiteboard because my writing skills are horrible. And that's why I don't use like the white screen in the classroom, because my writing skills, if I'm going to write a letter, they may not be able to read that. And my tablet will give me like half the circles, like Hold on a second. Hey, your mom, I'm not a crier. You gonna cry or what is going on? Not really a crier, your mom. I appreciate the view though. If you guys don't know me, posting silly things in the chat for this is not going to get you anything because I just roll with it. Yeah, I'm just not a whiteboard user because my writing is atrocious. So here's a really funny one for you guys. After you've been doing this for a while, if you're like us, you become obsessed with Asian culture. And we have. So we go, there's a local Asian supermarket, and we get candies and little fun things like that. And I got this, it's Pop Rocks, but it's these are made in Hong Kong. And they are like extreme. It's written in English on the front, but not on the back. And these are like extreme Pop Rocks. So I have a live lesson where we're actually going to be adding Pop Rocks to a bottle of water to see what happens. And let me tell y'all, you put these things in your mouth and it feels like your lips are going to blow off your face. But you can use that to do great, like really cool experiments, like live lesson ideas. These are pretty big everywhere now. I think Poppin' Cookins. These are actually Japanese, but I had a lot of students who are visiting Japan during the summer. So we looked at these, and it's these little kits that it comes with everything but the water that you make this candy. So I did a live on this, and that came out really, really good. If you're looking for live lessons, there's lots of options. I really recommend them. New teachers, you need to be doing live lessons, live classes. Really, you need to be doing live classes. Any other questions or concerns? Emma, and let's see, what was the other person who's new? Dave, you need to be posting moments. You need to be posting moments. Let me say this again. You need to be posting moments. You also need to go in and look at the many reading app videos. Get started on the reading app now. There you go. There you go. Make sure that you have a backup too, like a light. You know, you don't want to get to a point like your light goes out. I have just a standing lamp that I took the shades off of that works really well, but I always make sure I have like an extra light bulb. Make sure that I have, you know, a battery charger for my phone or tablet. I have a battery pack that I use just in case. I have a video coming out later today on burnout too. So make sure you watch that, because even though you're just getting started, burnout can happen right off the bat. It's really dependent on how you set yourself up. Any other questions or concerns? I know some people are coming, but they are in class right now. There are a few specific questions. Of course. It does. And there's, you'll have a mentor of your own if you're just hired. I don't know who the current, I don't know what mentor's getting new teachers right now, but you'll have that mentor. And then you can always reach out to us. There are, I think, 5 training mentors, and we do YouTube videos. We do Zoom trainings. Next week, Next week, the series I'm going to be working on is distracted students, how to deal with students who are eating dinner, reading a book, doing homework, running around like crazy. Hey, who watched so I did a video yesterday on why we don't walk around in class, and I had someone send me a message like, you made me car sick. Because I was running, not really running, but I was like walking around and bouncing the camera. But realize too, if you haven't had a class yet, you may not know this, a lot of students take classes in the car. So just be aware of that. I have had that a lot. It's not good because I do get car sick. Sorry guys, it's been a long morning. In reality, it's a 50-50. This is what I have found, that trials booked more than 24 hours in advance are 50-50 if they're going to show up. If they are booked during the night, like within 12 hours, there's a higher chance, and per my records, that they're going to show up. But I have had here recently trials that are booked 5-6 days out. They never show up for me. They never show up. Realize that if it is a no-show, at the end of the 15th minute, there will be a pop-up that will tell you your student is absent from class. You can leave. And you'll just exit the class as normal. Do not go back into class. It won't do you any good. Don't cover your camera. Yeah, I'm not sure why they would book a trial out that far. I think I would probably go back and make a notation to contact that parent again closer to that date to set the trial, because they have to be losing money by having trials that far out. But it's a 50-50. I'm starting. They're not invested in it yet, so they're not going to go back and watch it. I know that some teachers do for the training, but to me, it's pointless, because you may have a student come in at 5 minutes and you're 20% through the lesson, and then you have to go back. And I just, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Now, what I have done is, when I had a student who wasn't there, that's when I take the opportunity to go in and like screenshot the slides so that I can look at them later. But I don't recommend doing that. I know some people do. Let's see. All right, so Mr. Sal. Very important to remember and know when you are talking about recruiting people. And I'm hitting on just completely random topics, but these are as they come into my message box. Only people from native English-speaking countries are accepted into the OKC program. Okay? Know that. Realize that. So it doesn't do a lot of good to recruit people who aren't native English speakers. Okay? It doesn't work. All right. Any other questions, concerns, or things you'd like for me to talk about? Because, guys, I can talk for a long time. You just probably won't want to hear it. Since you're new, also realize too, I do recommend that you plug yourself, if you have Facebook, into a Facebook Palfish group, because if we were to start having tech errors or issues, it's normally easier and it's reported there first. Oh, hello. Yes. Hi. Okay, I'll call next week. Thanks so much. Sorry, guys. That was my vet. I had my dog at the vet yesterday, and I was waiting on some blood work results for her. She's fine. And she has surgery next week. So, I had to answer that one. That was important. Okay. So we talked about walking around in class. Oh, intro video. Haven't done yours yet. Okay, I'll come right back to that. Give me just a second. If you have animals, I recommend show them after 25 minutes or have pictures of your animals. Emma, a great thing that I do in my Hello Monkey trials when I get them is I have a picture of a funny dog. Let me see if I can bring it up. I have pictures of a funny dog. I have pictures of a funny monkey. And I will use those if we have a few minutes left at the end of class to have them circle monkey eyes. Okay, so this is the dog that I use. And then I have this one with a dog and a cat. I use those. I'll put them up on the screen and say circle dog eyes. And we'll play around with that for a second. All right, so intro video. You have to be very professional. And I say that, you don't want to put anything in there that's not, you don't want to be walking around in a bikini in it, right? What you add to it has to go along with the teaching idea. I had someone recently, actually my oldest daughter was doing her intro video, and she's an artist and she draws a lot. And she draws like anime-ish type stuff. Well, she had one that it wasn't scary, but it was like almost like an angel. I don't understand it. But, and they came back and she had put a clip of that in there, and she said, they told her that may be scary or confusing to a student. Mine is pretty cut and dry. I have some funny pictures of myself. I have some music. And there are some people who are like charging to create really cute videos. I wasn't that invested in mine. I just used a program called Movavi, Movavi, to put it together with some pictures. Mine does have music. It's same music I use for YouTube videos. make sure you stay away from the big things that are against the Chinese culture. Of course, you don't want to have anything about religion. You don't want to have anything disrespectful. Banned characters like Winnie the Pooh is banned in China. So just think about that. I want everybody who watches this video to go back and watch my Let's Talk video from this week. Because as I sit here this morning, I am seeing more people being disrespectful in the groups on the app. Oh, yes. Leanne did her video. If you are not subscribed to Leanne, Leanne does great videos. I think she's doing, 30 days right now? Or are you finished with your 30 days? Ooh, ooh, ooh. It pops right up now. Leanne Palfish. Oh, I need to watch your video because I was actually late to my OKC class this morning. Aren't I a great example of how to be a teacher? Why are you doing this? I can't do it. I can't pull it up. This is our YouTube channel, though. All right, guys. Anyone else have a question, concern, or thing they would like me to address in the last few minutes here? It's always overwhelming. Hello, Mama Lun. Yes, it's very overwhelming. If you have questions or you can't get your answer or find your answer in your group, feel free to reach out to your mentor. Questions. We've talked about a lot today. It's just kind of been a general chat. I do have a later video coming out today on burnout, and it's super important. How to guard yourself against burnout and know your signs and symptoms. And then series next week on the distracted student. Because we have distracted students. We have a lot of distracted students. But you don't necessarily have to act like a clown to get their attention. Okay? A lot of people feel like that's what online teaching is, and it's really not. There's really a lot more to what we do. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for the chat today. If you have questions, concerns, or things that you'd like to know, feel free to comment on a post. I answer every single one, as long as you're being nice. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the classroom.